We get to create a new world today.
We do! Good lord. Hi!
Create new world! By the way, welcome to Al and Joe Play Adventure Mode Teaches Something tutorial. I'm Al.
We just had like a 10-minute lapse of CPU issues. We were ramping up to go and then something.
Yeah. A lot of troubleshooting. Okay, here we are. Here we are in the important stuff.
Right.
Joe, starting off with world size. I personally like to go small or below that for adventure mode. Partly because, it takes a while to render, but also because the bigger the world, the farther you have to walk.
Yeah, that's not a bad point to make. We've definitely had some... Well, we never make it very far because we die, but I could see smaller worlds being better there.
We do make it kind of far.
So
it's nice to be able to sort of know where you are, too.
Yeah,
like, I'm on this peninsula, instead of, like, having a ton of islands. I'm actually happy to leave this at medium, but I'm taking votes from you, Joe, if you want to go a different direction with that.
I've heard arguments for both. Depending on how the simulation goes, you can get to the... If you do very long, you can have, like... everyone dead.
Right, I've definitely... I have one of mine that I've run a very long, or at least long, history on, and you do get a lot of great, like, abandoned towns.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard very short means that you get a lot of, like, forgotten beasts, I guess, before they were forgotten.
Before civilization came and did some house
right,
cleaning.
Basically dinosaur times.
Yeah. Medium's fine, I think. It's a good happy medium.
It is. Happy medium. Number of civilizations, I'm also happy to leave this.
I don't even know what that... Let's crank that one way or the other, because let's just, let's have tons of civilizations.
I think if there's a lot of stuff to encounter, that's good. And also, maximum number of sites, I think that should be very high, because it's great when you can find stuff.
A little more
Just
sites
lots
might
of
mean
stuff
harder.
to find. Natural savagery, I'm going to leave that in the middle.
Yeah. And
mineral occurrence does not matter for this world.
Unless you're going to bounce in and do some forting.
We'll throw that up there.
Everywhere. Natural savagery. I'm going to look that up, actually. See if that's equal to the evils of the world, too.
I think that's just a lot about, like, how many wild animals there are.
I can't spell. Savagery.
But that's just me pulling stuff off the top of my head. I actually do not have facts in front of me.
Okay, savagery. It controls the level of savagery. Thanks. That was
naturally.
Helpful. Yeah.
The natural level.
Okay, the advanced, that option of advanced parameters? That's a little in-depth. Holy cow.
Do we want to go back and do that?
No, that's like rainfall, drainage.
Oh, that sounds ridiculous. Okay.
I guess you can paint a world. That'd be kind of fun, but I don't think we want to do that. We want to get to adventure.
But you can't paint a waveform.
No, you can't. Savagery. There it is. 8, 9, 8. Raising the savagery too high may make it impossible for certain races to exist, and lowering the maximum too far can make it impossible for certain creatures to exist. All right.
Okay. Let's just hit Y for go, Joe.
Oh, I thought you were going. I'm sorry. This was going to be...
Oh, yeah, no.
Right.
I thought we were figuring out what we wanted to do.
Well, I think...
a lot of water movement in this world.
Ooh, I want to see.
It was just like, for a second, or it might have been just randomizing, but it looked like the oceans moved around a lot for the first seconds. Oh, those guys built a road.
Woo!
They built a road. These guys are throwing some scrolls down. I think those are towns. Those little purple scroll-looking things.
Upper right, we've got some settlements going there.
Yeah, a lot. We don't have a lot of islands, which is real nice.
Yeah, again, we haven't quite...
I see like a big tower or a lair or something down at the bottom of that sort of Mediterranean-looking ocean. That circle. Whoa. That was a tectonic shift of some kind.
Yes. Wait, those happen?
I don't know. I guess we do have an island now, though.
Yeah, wait. What the hell? I went away for a second. It's a completely different map. Oh, no, I see. It just moved left. Something crazy happened.
It either zoomed out or, like, something happened. I'm guessing these blue roads are maybe underground roads for the dwarves.
Oh, God. I hate those. The golden... All right, for the 8 billionth time, I'm going to try and look up this map.
We have a lot of elves down there in the lower right. Actually, all through the world, but like a real strong elf civilization down there. To the upper right, we have looks like the dark pits, which are usually goblin infested. Those are rough. Those are real rough.
Again, it's really hard to tell. How do you know? Because you revisited them previously and know what the symbol is?
Yeah, I know what the tile set looks like.
Right.
I don't know what this island over on the far left here is with these sort of weird-looking gray tiles.
And red things. Where are the goblin pits? I was away when you pointed those out.
Upper right. Not way up, but like those gray or those brown V-looking things.
Okay. Fun.
Yeah.
How about these golden statues?
Though the golden statues are elf settlements, and also the golden cups.
And gray is dwarf, I think.
Yeah.
So that might be dwarves over on the island.
No, the gray. I think the gray statues are dwarves.
Oh, I think they have different symbols for towns, cities, and things as well.
Okay.
I think.
Man, this world is lousy with elves. There's just a lot of them. I'm gonna have to do something about that. The pink cloth, I think, are human towns and settlements.
Oh, right, there's humans too. All right, so it sounds like it's color coded by race, and then symbol.
I also see that as purple.
Size.
For those of our listeners who are wondering what Joe's talking about with the pink, so.
Well, you know what? I am zoomed. That's pink to me. Pink. I'm calling pink.
It's sort of a lavender or a mauve.
Yeah, I guess that crown on the upper right is pink.
Well, I'll give the crown. That's a little bit lighter, but it's in the same.
What? Mauve. So world generating takes a long time.
It does.
We might cut some of this.
But it's kind of fun to watch.
I agree, but I don't know how
We're
fun
in the
it is
age
to
of
watch
myth
us
currently,
watching it.
in the year 166. How many years are in a medium world build, Joe? Can you look that up?
I can. How many figs have we gotten? That's very
figs?
important.
Hist figs? Or
Yes.
just regular figs?
Regular.
21,000.
Years. Calendar. Months and seasons.
We've also
ages.
had 154,000 events. Does that include, like, guy was walking along and got attacked by a,
I think so.
flock of bees? Because bees do travel in flocks.
So.
That's how that works.
The age is dependent on variables such as number of megabeasts, number of civilized creatures, etc. So it actually has like a notion of this many ancient creatures have passed away, so that age is gone. It's not just like this many years is gone, that's the age. The age of myth is the number of living powers, and megabeasts is at least 2/3 of what it was when the world began. The age of legends that's cut down to 1/3. The age of heroes is the number of powers and living powers and megabeasts is greater than 0, but obviously I think that's human time. Then there's the age of 3 powers. There are exactly 3 powers left alive, which is weird.
Well, what does it say about the length? Like, if you set your history at medium, how many years is that?
Mm-hmm. It's really size. It tends to be size. World size may affect how long an age lasts.
Well, I'm not asking about the age. I'm asking about, like, the history. Because we set history at medium.
Oh yeah, history.
So we're in year 190. Looks like things have stabilized in the world.
Fascinating though. Okay, I gotta find. Yeah, how is history? You're right. This is a little confusing. How does history relate to age? I don't want the history of Dwarf Fortress. No.
Well, once upon a time, Toady had an idea for a game.
He did.
The end.
Pretty much.
We're living in it.
All right, history. The length of pre-generated history. Number of years for the currently selected length will be shown in the lower right. Amount of time that civilizations will have to grow, attack each other, yada, yada, yada. The longer the history, the more historical events will be generated. Obviously, higher value. Setting to high value.
It moved over. We've got a different view now. I don't know if this is... Sorry, go ahead, Joe.
History to a higher value would cause world generation to take longer. More events need to be determined. Obviously, setting it to a low value is okay, but will reduce the size of civilizations. Higher values will also increase the number of abandoned towns and fortresses. We covered that.
Yep.
I recommend short or medium for adventure mode. I'm not sure if I answered your question because the notions of time, history, and age are conflated in my head.
I just wanted to know how many years it was going to take to get to medium history.
It doesn't say.
Well, that's great.
The number of years for the currently selected length will be shown in the lower right. I think it actually appears on the screen before...
Rewind the tape, Joe! I am not happy with how many elves are in this world.
We can sort of do that. Like, maybe we can keep coming in and killing elves until we sort of claim spots. I really want to claim a site.
Claim this site for yourself kind of thing?
I'm pretty curious to see how that works. Obviously,
that's a different... Like, if you set down... So you can set out to build on a site, and that will create, like, a big like on the map, it makes a big square fortress thing that you'll see. We can actually do that once this generation is done. But it also, like, and you can just build, like, I've built a 1x1 wall, and then it just creates this giant square that's like, you've claimed this for yourself.
Yay!
So I don't know how often you can do that, like, if there's a way to abuse that power and just, like, have the whole map be yellow with just, like, building a wall and another wall.
I mean, I think that's sort of where it's going, where adventure mode and fortress mode kind of meld together, and you can be an adventurer and start building a fort, and then kind of be like, okay, I want to do more fort building, and kind of zoom out and then zoom back in.
That would be great if there was a, like, hop from one to the other thing.
Yeah. I mean, you technically can, sort of, right? Because you can...
Well, right. I'm saying, like, more natively, though. I don't know that Dwarf Fortress will ever get there, because, you know, that would be a...
You can't save without quitting, but... Well, can you... Let's say you're an adventurer, and you find a fort you wanted to toy with. You could back out.
You'd have to... I would assume that at some point you'd have to take over it, right?
I don't know what's listed as far as reclaiming sites when you're in fortress mode. Technically, what gets listed. You get a list of forts you can reclaim, even if you haven't, you know, built them up from scratch, but I don't know what, I think they have to be a certain size. I don't think you can, like, find a hamlet you like and then claim... Well, you could claim it. I don't know if you can go fortress mode on, like, a small town. That'd be pretty sweet, too. Yeah. And then can you... Because you've gone back to Squirrel Girl, right? Or is that just a different world entirely?
No, you can. Like, Squirrel Girl died. I don't want to... Not in the comic, in my Squirrel Girl build world that I had. I did play her until she ended up getting killed by something stupid. It's always something stupid, Joe. we might die by something actually cool this time because I haven't played in a while, and so I might just be in the mood to charge into some... Whoop! 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 Alright, well, here we are over here now.
It is done, and I think we're zoomed in.
I think we're... yeah. So we can accept, right?
The maps are a little tricky. Yes, we can accept. But as far as,
do you want to look around at what we've got here?
Zoomed in. Check. Oh, I love the murk of fishes, the continents of vigor, the sea of lakes. The sea of lakes. It's like, I don't know, it's a sea or a lake. Just shut up.
I like that, though. I like that there's just, like, a bunch of... Like, it's sort of like a giant marshland.
Mm-hmm.
The prestigious mire. What are these things? What are these things? No, they won't tell us. Dadgum.
No, no, you're right.
I guess, I'm assuming this is like a Arctic area up here?
Yeah, that's ice.
Over here we have... It doesn't say, it just says the Dune of Stone. The dark Kobold Fortress of Umadang. Umadang.
So the dressers are fortresses. The dark goblin pits of... I'm not even going to try to say that. That was a great name!
There's a Kobold Forest Retreat. And a Goblin Forest Retreat. So these aren't necessarily elf places. These are just forest settlements. That's elven.
Maybe they were elven originally.
Maybe. Hamlet of Yusanrain. Goblin Forest Retreat.
Goblins took over that forest retreat. Oh my god.
Or they just like to live in trees. Here's some dwarven hillocks. Okay, I think we're good, Joe.
Yes.
Unless you want to look around some more.
Go down one. Ah, it moved. I just wanted to see the cloth. Make sure we knew what that was.
These are dark goblin pits, actually.
Well, that's not what I thought that was. Okay.
I lied to you, Joe. Actually, don't see very many human hamlets.
Yeah, if all the cloth is goblin... Yep, those are dark goblin pits.
This is... Oh boy. If this okay, no, I guess the brown is human. Maybe... Yeah, here's some hamlets. Okay.
Humans don't seem to be doing too well.
We're not great over here. Here's a dark tower. Or, sorry, human tower.
Oh.
And a tomb. All these big circles are tombs.
This is actually far neater than I expected this to be. Just poking around in the world. People do... There's the Legends mode, which literally is you just do this, and then... You can go and read the stories? Yeah, and like read the stories and see how all these battles that happened.
Fortress That's kind of where the Burkaskull, the violent spikes.
That was part of the inspiration for this game, is Toady was like, you know, there's so many fantasy books at this point, and it's kind of just like, well, this sorcerer is good, and he's attacking these, you know, goblin. It's like almost procedurally generated. You could almost be like, let's just make a book where it's, hey, you know, this guy is a spin the wheel good, spin the wheel goblin, spin the wheel archer. Okay, so then we have that, and then he's like, what if we did a game like that? And then the whole thing of procedurally generated, that notion was mixed in there of just stories that are just kind of randomized, but they're fun because you start to implant meaning and weight into them.
Did you see the science fiction short film that was generated by the neural network that was fed all these different science fiction movies?
No.
It's bizarre. Like, you have people... It does not make a lot of sense, or any sense. I think this method is probably better if you're gonna make a computer that tells stories, like inputting parameters for what the story you want to tell that it already is.
Tend to be battles. The civilizations tend to just either grow and fight, or there's not like complete randomization.
I'm really excited. Oh, okay, yeah. I was like, what happened? We have to start as something. Region 5. Here we go.
Wow, 5 regions, huh? Adventure.
But I do think that it's exciting to the idea of computer-generated art and computer-generated stories, because if we get that, then that'll push like human artists to be like, well, okay, now they've sort of now they're onto us. What do we make now? All right.
Well then, yes. Okay, so there's the dwarf areas.
Oh boy, humans don't have much. Like, we can start in all of the a lot of dwarf areas and goblin areas and elven areas, but it doesn't look like there's any human place to get going.
I thought
goblins, on the other hand, are just everywhere.
They can just start anywhere? Is that the deal?
I don't think they can start just anywhere, but
blue map for humans is huge.
No, but see look at how much overlap that is. Like, a lot of that is goblin territory.
Oh, okay.
And then elf is that stuff. That's goblin, elf. And then dwarf is up there. And humans are just all of that. Same as like intelligent wilderness creatures. See that?
I gotcha. Yep.
Wilderness creatures can start anywhere. Here's a problem. If we are a human, any one of these places they're going to have small armor.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't strike me as a good proposition.
No.
We haven't done much with goblins.
There's a reason for that.
What's the reason, Joe?
Goblins are terrible, terrible things.
I mean,
do we want to be an evil, chaotic evil goblin?
We're chaotic evil anyway.
We're kind of neutral, chaotic neutral, I would say. And that we just sort of...
You're not playing the game the same way I'm playing it.
Well, maybe you set out to be chaotic evil, but we tend to have distractions because of shiny things or needs to dance or whatever. And it doesn't always turn into pure carnage. But okay, yes.
I think that's still chaotic.
Yeah, but not evil.
Okay.
We're not going to get into the whole alignment conversation. That's like a 40-hour conversation. I still don't quite get them all. The Frilly Confederacies.
The Frilly Confederacies. That's like one little place there on the map.
The Round Glove.
Like a hillock, I think.
The Line of Cremations. The Nation of Lushka.
Actually, I don't know what that is. Where is that at?
Where?
I'm trying to figure out where the Frilly... I guess that's the lower right.
Yeah.
There's the Round Glove. That's dwarf stuff. That is not where we want to be. Line of Cremations. Nation of Luster. I'm going to go Line of Cremations. That looks like a lot of those places we were seeing earlier. It is... I think those little icons are the goblin icons. Or dwarf. I can't remember.
Or human. All right. We are a goblin demigod. We've killed a lot of demigods so far in this series, Albert.
We've been killed as a lot of demigods. We haven't killed
what I mean.
Very many.
The demigods have died because of us.
All right. Well, if we're doing sort of an evil build, I think it's going to be like a bully, right? Like, that seems...
Yeah.
And he has really high social awareness. And that's it.
Okay.
We're going to have a lot of people following us around. A lot of goblins in tow. We have our bullies with us. What kind of weapon do you want to wield?
I'm a big fan. We haven't done Misk yet.
Yeah? I've done Misk.
On the series, we haven't done Misk?
No. I'm saying, like, in my streams, I've done Misk.
Yeah, I've done Misk, too. And it was pretty fun. I had a double just shield in each hand. I could either block or bash. It was pretty great.
I'm going to throw 10 in fighting. Goblins don't have a lot of options for weapons.
Sword, bow, spear.
You have bowman, swordman, and spearman. Like, there's no pikeman, there's no axe or hammer or anything. They can pick those up. Let's throw some swimmer in there.
Let's try to take reader real quick.
Yep. Make sure we get that. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, the goblins' things don't even extend off the edge of the page.
That's interesting. Interesting. And we're not very... Okay. Dodging, usually helpful. Alright.
I could take some off for that, but I liked having I like just being kind of like a brute build, because I'm actually not very good at the game. So just like throwing a bunch of stuff in shield and armor users.
Yes, agreed.
Newly minted lieutenant of the Great Alala.
We're a goblin
Funneled grottos in Dawncalm. Dagnabbit. Well, Destiny's calling. Worshipper of this guy.
Her hair is extremely long. She isn't tall, but has incredible muscles.
Incredible.
Her tall ears have great swinging lobes.
Wow, this lady. Deep voice, red eyes are wide set, eyebrows are quite long.
Dark
I know,
violet
I have that
eyes.
problem.
Huh.
What you gotta do is you gotta like put a comb up there and then run like a trimmer across the comb with the hair sticking out of the comb, and you don't like trim your eyeballs all the way off. That's a little pro tip for you guys. Just give a little eyebrow grooming tip for everybody.
Just go, please.
Personally, finds blind honesty foolish and sees war.
Intense need to argue, intense need to be extravagant. I've never seen intense needs right off the bat.
Oh yeah? Yeah, I have.
That's weird.
Moderate need to see a great beast. Moderate need to drink alcohol.
Yeah, everyone's okay. Everyone's kung fu fighting.
Everybody
Here we are.
was kung fu fighting. Forgotten where we were going. Our friends can help us. There's an elf dude. He will almost certainly not go with us, which means that our... Oh, here. Let's steal some stuff out of this chest.
Boom.
That's
all
large.
Elves are large to us.
Elves are bigger than goblins.
Yeah. To be fair, we didn't know we were going into an elf camp, and we had no idea what the kingdoms were, and we guessed wrong. You thought this might be dwarf
but
or
elves
human.
are smaller than humans, right? So goblins are just like tiny?
I'll look this up. This we're going to look up.
I'm looking for the tree. There's got to be like a fort that I can talk to somebody. It's not just that one dude, right?
What? I'm looking at size.
Yep, okay. Well, let's talk to him and get some missions at least.
A giant sperm whale is very large.
He's the ringleader.
A giant sperm whale?
Okay, where is like anybody else, Mr. Ringleader? Request duty or advice pertaining to service as a lieutenant. You may enjoy these times of peace, but remain vigilant. Thanks. I guess. I've never done that one before.
What the hell?
We've got armies on the march and beasts in this time of peace, Joe.
This is so weird.
A great beast threatens to bring ruin upon our people. The windy morning is in the mountain of trusses. Seeks this place if you hunt ace-ass tough bucks.
Nice.
The fog of snarls. The rock.
What the hell? This is so confusing. There's like lists of... Alright.
Oh, you suck! Why? He doesn't know himself, and he doesn't know anyone who could tell me, and there's nobody else around.
I think we just go, right?
I'm gonna see if there's anything worthwhile in this bag. There's a copper battle axe, and an iron... First of all... Yeah, I've just got like cloth everything. I could bash people with this left gauntlet though, right? That's my, Yeah, I'm gonna get that, and I guess I'm gonna get this, large recruit, spider... Brown recruit... I'm gonna get this sock, Joe. Remove it, we want to have it in our hand.
Oh god, the acceptable range is plus or minus 1/7 of the creature's size. Okay. Alright. Goblins and elves are the same size as dwarves, so their clothing and armor can be equipped rather than... Wait, what? How are goblins and elves the same size as dwarves that we can't wear?
Maybe I'm a child or something? Let's go over here and poke at this thing, whatever it is. Let's die, Joe. You feel uneasy.
I don't even... What is going on? I can't even find goblin sizes.
I'm sneaking around.
I'm going back.
Something's over there. Something's up. A skinny human pikeman's coming to attack me.
Oh, well, that's easy. Just bash him. Bash him good.
I can't talk to him? Well, you suck.
Bash him good! Bash him! Bash.
Alright. What's the wait one moment?
It's either, I keep forgetting these. Comma or period, I'll look that up. That I can look up.
Here he is. Alright. Come on into my lair. Let's jump at him. Boosh!
Oh, the jumping. Yes.
All right.
Period
we're gonna
is
go
10
for the
instants.
head.
Comma is 1 instant.
Why do I have the... No, I want to strike him with the large brown recluse spider silk sock. It's definitely parried by the silver pike.
And we're off.
Well, you told me to
I did.
be a miscellaneous person, so that's about as miscellaneous as I can
we
think.
have a spear.
He's hit me, Joe.
Yeah. It's okay.
We're bleeding already.
Yep. Well, usually you have something to hit them with.
Can I get his... I have a sock!
Well, we have a shield, right?
Let's see here. No, I have the gauntlet, though.
Hit him with the gauntlet.
It was definitely parried, Joe. I don't know what to tell you here. I'm gonna die. I don't know what this... Why? We could have had a sword.
I mean, you can use the sword.
No, I don't. I have a spear now.
Yeah. I think it's
I
because
lost hold of the large brown recluse spider silk sock and the iron left gauntlet.
Why we're holding a sock and a gauntlet?
He stabbed me in the right upper arm.
Okay.
I'm just gonna stab him with the spear. I missed. I feel sick.
Well, this isn't good at all. You know what we maybe didn't put any points into?
What?
It's just fighting? Did we put any points into
I
fighting?
did. I put 10 points into fighting.
Okay. Who is this guy? We're a demigod, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, right. Tell him that. You want me to look at him? Let's look at him.
Our ass kicked. What?
He's not even injured. See all those whites over there?
Yes, I see
Upper
that.
body, lower body, neck,
Look, I'm
head.
not the one
We haven't
driving.
landed a blow.
I'm not sure how this is my fault.
You said miscellaneous build. I could have had 10 points in spear or sword wielding.
Well,
but no.
Yeah, you're supposed to have a miscellaneous object to hit him with.
I'd had a gauntlet and a sock.
Pommel. The pommel might be. High E.
Those are super miscellaneous.
E. That's too. Okay,
I can't think of anything more miscellaneous than a sock.
He's parrying. He's way too good at parrying. You know what else might be a problem?
What?
Mr. Strength and nothing and social awareness. We have no agility.
Yeah?
I think maybe we need some of that.
All right. Well, I don't think we're gonna win this. And we're deceased.
Yay! I'm gonna look up attributes. Maybe we don't go that whole brute force build you have. Maybe isn't the way to go.
Well, now you tell me.
Well, yeah.
Let's try this again, folks. That was a mulligan. That was just us. We just wanted to kind of get our feel for the world, make sure that it worked and everything. You know. You don't want to just dive into a world with a real build of a guy in case something has gone wrong. Like maybe it's just crawling with goblins or something. So you really do want to test the waters with a guy who you really don't care too much about.
Yes.
Just throw a bunch of strength on him. That's a pro tip from Albert.
Toughness also. Maybe we don't ignore all the top 4 seem to be fairly important. Yeah. I mean, I'm fine with maxing out strength, but ignoring completely. Also, maybe we start somewhere.
That's not that one camp.
Yes. Maybe we'll start in a place where the gear fits us. That would be nice, too. I realize that's just a crapshoot at this point. Let's try the round glove.
Yeah. All right. You're in charge. You have the attributes open. What do we got, Joe?
I mean, at least do 1 tick in all of the top 4. The top 4 are pretty important for fighting.
Top 4.
I'm fine. You max out strength, and let's see what we have left. I'm also fine with that. Okay. I throw another one into agility, and then it's all yours? Yeah, this is the build. This is it. This is the build.
Okay. What's the other thing here that we want? Willpower is good. If we're gonna take this seriously, Joe.
This one we're actually, yeah.
We actually do want to have some
seriously.
willpower.
Yeah. You know what we could do?
What?
We can make him a thrower.
No.
We can do the Captain America build.
Okay.
We just carry shields around and throw them at people.
Is that a real thing? that people do?
That's something I've wanted to do. I'm a real thing.
Oh, this goblin can be different stuff.
Oh,
Maybe it matters where you start. Maybe because we started in that crappy camp, they're like, well, we've got a sword and a spear. That's it. And like, I'm just the one guy. I'm in charge of you, but that's all. We've just sort of gone off. One of those things where like people like go off and start their own countries and like floating islands and whatnot.
I'm the president and I'm also the treasurer.
Oh god, the elf and the goblin got fed up with life in Elfland. Which, I mean, why wouldn't you? But
true.
Okay. I don't think I'm ready for Captain America build.
Okay, well then lower the kinesthetic sense and
fine. Okay.
Not all the way, but we can have some throwing. That's purely throwing, isn't it?
No, I thought that was like moving around and jumping and whatnot.
You know what? I have the wiki open. Literally to this page.
Okay. I'm going to be a swordsman, though.
Okay, that's fine. Kinesthetic. Most skills involving any movement at all, and many non-skilled tasks as well, are affected by kinesthetic. Oh, thanks! So, skills involving any movement at all, and many non-skilled tasks.
Yeah, I'm going to put that back up. I'm not putting anything in miscellaneous object user.
This is ridiculous.
I'm just not doing it. I refuse.
It's just suicide, as far as I'm concerned.
What if we find? What if we're in a battle and all we have is a sock?
We spawn into a fort that has nothing but accordions. It's like, what do we do? If only we could use miscellaneous objects.
I guess I'll throw some in Dodger.
It's nothing but glass corkscrews.
So there's something. Is there something I'm forgetting here that you can think of? Like something like essential that I gotta have.
Outside of reading, nothing is essential. Also, I don't know. We're at that point, I think, where we're thinking about this so much that, but don't know enough. You know, when you start to learn something new, and you're at first it's like pure learning, and then you're like, I've learned a lot now. I can like really get into tinker with this, and then all you do is break it for a while. That seems to be where we were at.
Okay.
Well, and then you start to get a handle on it, and then you start to improve again.
Domasat.
Okay, this is interesting. I actually have a list here, and this is in the Dwarf Fortress 2014.
This looks better.
Wiki.
Let's see.
It's got all of the skills, and then it's a chart with skills, and then you can see which attributes are actually associated with them.
Attributes?
So yeah, I like saying it my way.
Okay. Get combustion for the beginning practitioner. Yes, please.
What? What's going on?
We're going to read combustion for the beginning practitioner.
Yes!
The written portion consists of a 103-page manual entitled Combustion for the Beginning Practitioner.
That's awesome.
Authored by Tekkud Tomslaks. Good name for a writer. It concerns the classification of combustible materials. The writing is completely serious. Overall, the prose is great.
You don't fuck around with this.
Wow, we spawned in a... By the way, I am trying to move quicker than this, and we spawned into a world that has a lot of people in it. Oh, here we have misconceptions about reproduction. We're just going to be a reading build. Take a look. It's in a book. A reading goblin.
This writing is quite self-indulgent. Prose is not awful, but not very good either.
It's a 69-page manual entitled Misconceptions About Reproduction.
You just screenshot that. I'll grab that when I'm editing.
With that self-indulgent writing. Overall, the prose is not awful, but not very good either, which is yet another kind of commentary.
He couldn't resist that joke. That's how he was like, I'm not gonna make this.
He had more content, but he's like, nope, stop it.
I'm gonna make this joke, guys. Totally self-indulgent.
I don't think there's any reason to keep books around after you've read them, right?
I have no idea. Well, you can throw them at people.
This is a classic moving sun. I wonder if any of these have the secrets of life and death. Classic inference?
Oh, yeah.
I guess these are scrolls. Get the way with the point? No. Spawn in a library, though, Joe, it looks like.
I don't see any lava.
Diseases of the animals. Let's,
talk with
There's a Raven Woman poet. Yeah, why not? Reply to greeting. What's up?
Yo, 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 Raven Woman poet.
Anytime. Yeah, it's real bad with the, You might win fame by putting down a wild beast of great renown. The Creature Weathered Mile. The allegiance of Vales, the giant alligator. This vile fiend has killed 16 in his... oh, please, that's not that many.
It really isn't. Let's make it 17.
Let's make it... probably on the move or deep underground, but... Well, thanks.
That's helpful. That's very helpful, Raven Poet.
If I ask somebody to join me as a performer, will that take up a slot in my killing people group?
I think they were different groups, are they? I guess that's what you're asking? It never even occurred to me that they'd be different groups. I've never seen anything to indicate that.
Elf astronomer, elf scholar. Okay. I'm gonna see if I can fast travel. Let's see. It looks like I can not. There is, however, a staircase in this. Or no, that's not a staircase, is it? I thought it was. That's just how that's designed. I thought that the little down ramp was a part of a staircase.
No, that's part of the
yeah.
That's the forge.
This is not gonna be great because of all the lag that we have from so many people. We start off with the one guy in like his lonely little camp, and we're like, we'll try somewhere else, and now we can't move because of all.
Gotta be able to fast travel somewhere in this mess.
Well, we can.
There we go. Nice.
What happened? I actually don't know where I went.
That's good.
Uh-oh.
That you just randomly hit buttons.
There we go.
Here we are.
Hey, there's a staircase. Woo! All right. That's good. That's good stuff. We're on the surface level now.
Where are we on time?
We're close.
Okay. We started in a dwarf. That was the dwarves. The dwarfs.
Yeah.
They should be the same size as dwarfs, so...
I'm looking for a way to get into the thing I just got out of.
Yep.
But again,
Oh, it's still going slow?
It's going real slow. I don't see any other people around.
They're all inside the thing. They tend to congregate in the trade depot.
I don't know how the wagon ever gets there, but...
There's a hole
we
somewhere.
might have to travel to a different town.
Sounds good.
Uh-oh. I think we're in... Nope, it's just offloading the site. Let's give it a second. I think we are about ready to wrap this one up and see what this guy can do now that we've got a little bit more of a balanced build.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Uh-huh, 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 uh-huh. We found some hillocks, so that's a good place to stop. That's a good place to stop for the video, Joe.
All right.
See you guys next time. Hopefully this guy will survive longer than 5 minutes in the coming video. But I don't make any promises at all. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't done that already. We'll see you next week with more Dwarf Fortress.
Bye, guys.
Anybody else here have experience with potty training, by the way? Speaking of my toddler. I'm dealing with the thing right now where he doesn't do much peeing in his pants, but it's really hard to get him to make it into the potty. That is just so much fun. I'm like, hold on to your penis! Point it in the potty! And he's like, great job! Great job, Dad! I'm like, it wasn't a great job! It was a bad job because it sprayed all over the wall!
This is not the content I thought I'd be making.